What's up, Bret Hart? Thank you so much for spending the time with me.
Hey, Steve. Nice to talk to you.
You know, it means so much to me. I've been waiting. Ever since I heard of this, I was pumped. Like, when do I get to meet Bret Hart? It's nice seeing you again.
Well, good to see you. I hope you got some good questions for me.
If you remember me, I was from Chinlock. You choked me. Well, not technically. It was just a joke.
Well, good kid to choke.
Yo. I'm not one of your wrestlers. I'm not wrestling you, so no.
Well, it's a good thing I'm retired, Steve.
My first question is, before I start, I wanted to tell you when I spoke with Roman Reigns, he told me that you were one of his favorite one of his favorite matches was you versus Yokozuna. Trust me, I don't like how you lost. I think you're the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Well, I still stand by that.
On WrestleMania 9, he said you have always been one of his favorite wrestlers, if not his favorite.
Is that a question?
No. I just wanted you to know because Roman said that you were one of his favorite wrestlers, and in your match against Yokozuna was one of his favorite matches of all time.
Well, I know when I wrestled Yokozuna and I lost the title to him in Las Vegas, WrestleMania, was it 9?
Yeah.
I thought that despite the ending of the match, I didn't like how it ended, but the match itself was, I think, one of the best matches Yoko ever had. And
yeah, it was.
So proud of that match because he's not an easy guy to wrestle, and you know he was a really incredible athlete, Yokozuna. People don't think or know that about him, but he was really coordinated. He was a big, heavy guy, but he could move like a cat in the ring, and he was really coordinated. He was
okay. So I heard something on YouTube where in one of your matches against Yokozuna, someone told me that he pooped his pants. Is that true?
I don't think. Maybe in India. Maybe
he tried to sit on you like for his finisher, and then you moved.
Wow, I think it's a little not quite. It wasn't quite like that. What happened was we were in India, and everybody got sick, and he was one of the guys that had it the worst. And I think he was sick enough that he wasn't going to even go out for his match. But he was a trooper, and he went out and had the match. And I remember he fell off the second rope to do that bonsai drop on me, and I moved, and there was a big spot on the mat after where he landed.
I saw the picture.
We were last match.
So my first question is, I'm sorry for your loss. Your brother Owen, how hard was it to keep wrestling after Owen died?
You know, it was hard at first to think about it. You know, because I had a lot of troubled thoughts about what happened, and it bothered me. But you know, when you have passion for something and you do something all the time and you put your heart into it, it's awful hard to give it up. And I realized that it didn't make sense to quit doing something that you love. I think Owen would have wanted me to keep going, and my family. I think at the time I think initially it was hard for me to conceive kind of getting in the ring and pretend I was Bret Hart with any real passion. But you know, when I did go back, I went back to make a point and to make people feel better. Like it would have been that much more of a kind of a tragedy to quit wrestling over a tragedy, and then you have basically kind of two tragedies, and it's like, oh, Bret Hart never wrestled again. It's not how I wanted to end my career, and it wasn't. It's like you have to kind of look beyond it, and you have to do what's best for your own heart. And I remember thinking about it, and I remember thinking, I don't ever think I could ever go in the ring and with the same kind of emotion that I had before. But then the more time went on and I started to get ready to go back, I understood that it was a good thing to go back, and that I can go back and make a difference, and make people happy, and sort of switch people from thinking sad things about my brother Owen to thinking about happy things that I'm going to be doing in the ring. Sometimes with tragedies, when something really bad happens, you have to do something good about it. Quitting doesn't seem like the right thing to do.
Never give up. So, I'm sorry, Giovanni, but I have to see Bret Hart versus John Cena. So I'm sorry, Giovanni. So my second question is: you have the Hart Foundation, the Ortons, the Samoans as a few examples of wrestling families. Why families? Why do you think that family plays such an important role in wrestling as a whole?
Well, I think we're all little kids. Like Randy Orton, I knew his dad. Johnny Valentine.
Cowboy Bob Orton.
Greg Valentine had Johnny Valentine.
And Cowboy Bob Orton.
Roman Reigns had Sika. The Rock had Rocky Johnson. Like, we all grew up with our fathers wrestling, and we were around wrestlers all our lives. And we start to, I believe that what we call second generation wrestlers, or even Rock, I think you could call him a third generation wrestler, but wrestlers that have been doing it for a long time and their fathers did it, we start to understand it, and we start to have a better sense of how it works. And I know when I started wrestling, I was probably about 20 years old. I understood how it worked right away. I got the hang of it in a few months. I was a really fast learner, and that's because I grew up all my life watching it. And I think it's something that, I think I was always proud of my dad when he wrestled, and how he wrestled, and the kind of respect people had for him. And when I had a chance to do it, I was always kind of doing it to make my dad proud, but at the same time make people proud of me.
That was actually inspiring. You have won 32 championships, which I'm surprised about, and been inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame with 2 times. Which championship or award means the most to you, and why?
The one that means the most to me was winning the world title, WWF title, the first time when I beat Ric Flair. Just because winning it once puts you in the history books forever. And I never dreamed when I got into wrestling that I would ever be the WWF champion or WWE champion.
That's what
I never dreamed it. I imagined it and kind of thought about it, but nobody ever could have convinced me someday you're going to be the champion of the world. But it's an honor that nobody can ever take away from you. And winning the tag team titles in WWF with Jim the Anvil Neidhart was also a big one. Probably the second time, or maybe the second time we won them was a big honor too. But the world title is special. Puts you on a different pedestal than all the others. And the WCW belt never meant anything close to the WWE titles.
So before I leave, I wanted to say you have always been in my mind the GOAT. The best there was, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Since my favorite's John Cena, I think you're matched up with John Cena.
Well, I wish I had a chance to wrestle John Cena. I would have been honored to work with him. He was a really good professional.
So I wanted to say thank you so much for doing this. Bye.
Take care, Steven.
Thanks,
You too.
Brett.